Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Fiona and I'm a full-time artist. And on this channel, I'd like to take you with me in my artistic journey, whether that means working on projects here in my studio, going out to see art exhibits, just sharing supplies with you, public art projects start to finish, basically any art related content. So if that sounds like something you're into, please like and subscribe. It helps me out so much and I would really appreciate it. All right, so we are on another public art project. This is a little different though. I am restoring an existing mural in my town. They originally contacted me saying, there is this mural in town. People love it, but it has become a bit decrepit and worn, and they just think it needs a color refresh and to be sealed properly. And they asked if that would be something I would be willing to do, and I said, yeah, sure, why not? So I'm going to take you along on this journey. It's a little different because it's not my own creative, but I'm excited to do it. I have never done a mural restoration, but it's going to be kind of interesting to try that and see how I feel about it. And if I enjoy doing it, it could be something that I add to my artistic repertoire. So let's get into it. Okay, so here is the mural. This is not what it currently looks like. There's quite a bit of water damage here. This is what it looked like the last time it was painted. So I thought to create my color chart, this is what I would reference. And in case you're wondering what is a color chart and what goes into that, that's what I'm going to dive into right now. So what I do is I go and I will select the colors and pick what paints I need to pick up. In this case, I'm using Benjamin Moore paints, and I'll share a little bit more about what that looks like. But the easiest way of doing it is through this app. So Benjamin Moore has an app, and also Home Depot also has an app if you're using Behr paints. But we'll click into the Benjamin Moore one, and you can click color capture, gallery, and then select the mural, and then see it kind of gives you swatches here. But what I do is I'll go in and specifically select, for instance, that color and try and match it. Oops. So for me, it's looking probably a little bit more in this world around the edge down here, and then this sort of more in the middle. Obviously, I'm showing you from a camera through a phone, so it's always kind of hard to tell the colors. So once I have that selected, I will go into my page here where I'm making my chart and list out what colors, what size I want of paint, because I might not want a full gallon. Some of it might just be a little. And that is what I will take to the paint shop. In regards to what kind of paint I would use for a project like this, like obviously I've used Behr paint, but for this one, I want to use Benjamin Moore, and this is specifically the paint I want to use. So it's an ultra exterior paint. It's like an advanced waterborne formula, as superior hide, enhanced adhesion, and an exterior flat. So this is the type I will be using. It's what I used on my Bloomfield mural. So I'll tag that somewhere up here so you guys can check out that video. But going back to that one, the color has just stayed fantastically over the last year. So I think this is where I'm gonna wanna go, since this is a restoration and I want to make sure that it stays much longer than it has this previous time. At this point in the process, once I have that chart, I could just go and either go down to Benjamin Moore or even order it online and pick it up. But personally, what I think I would like to do is go down to Benjamin Moore, pick up swatches of all of these and bring it on site and actually compare it to the wall and see if it matches well. It's a bit different from when I typically do my own pieces, because I'm looking around here. Let me show you what I would do if it was one of my own renderings. Okay, so say that this is for one of my own renderings and it's going to be like this row of colors, right? If I'm looking at it together and I go, you know what, this green goes a bit better with this palette, then I will switch that green, because I'm going based off a digital rendering. So it's not like it's something that exists that I can go compare to on a wall. I might compare it to a printout, or I might compare it to my digital rendering, but ultimately I have to decide what looks best. So I give myself that leeway to be like, you know what, this is better than this, and make that switch. But in the case of this project, so what I will do is go down there, hold this up against the wall and be like, okay, what is the truest color so that I can restore it to its original glory. Of course, if it is off by a shade or anything, I don't particularly think that they're going to care too much, considering they didn't even have the original swatches to give me. But I do want to make sure that it stays true to the original mural as close as possible. So anyway, that is what I'm up to today. I think also on my Asbury Park mural, I showed myself working on a color chart, so I'll also link that somewhere so you guys can check that out. And I was doing that one based on a painting. So I was taking swatches, you know, like this. I was taking the swatches and going over to like my painting and being like, does this green match? So there's many different ways to do color charts for projects, and this is just how I approach it. Obviously, nothing is perfect. Whether you're comparing to a printout or something digital on screen, it's very hard to get a match, and that's kind of where your creativity comes in, and you need to say, okay, even if this shade is a little bit more closer to the rendering, in life, these two colors would go better together, and just use your own creative judgment with that. But yeah, when I'm like comparing to an actual painting of mine, or in this case, an existing one, it's nice that I can take the swatches and just take it down there and be like, okay, what's closest and what's really gonna give it that pop? So that is what I'm working on today, but things kick off Thursday. Today is Sunday, so I have a few days to get my paints together and all my things. Chris, my assistant, will be back on site with me, and I'm very excited because I purchased a baker's scaffold of my own. It was a big decision, big purchase for my business, but I have a few more projects coming up and I think I'll be having more. So it just felt like, why do I keep renting scaffolding when I could spend a little bit extra and it'll already be paid off in 2 projects? So I have my own scaffolding. Anywho, you guys will see that. You'll see us try to assemble it, hopefully, and I'll just take you with us on this journey. So I will see you guys Thursday. Okay, so it's kind of a crud day to go out and do this swatching, but I need to get these paints ordered, so I'm gonna go do it. I'm also glad I came in because I was going to order everything on the website after and just come pick up the order, but ends out that specific type of paint, the exterior ultra, only comes in gallons. And the last time I did this project, I pretty much bought all gallons. Well, not this project. The last time I did a large mural project in town, I bought all gallons, but learned my lesson. I don't think I'm gonna need that much paint because I still even have leftover paint from last year's projects, which is what I've been using on my monthly mural project, which has been fine. But I don't wanna buy a bunch of gallons that, quite frankly, I don't need and I don't have space for right now. So he offered an alternative that comes in the quart size. So I think I'm gonna go down, I'm going to match the swatches, and then I'm just gonna go home, and I might just order pretty much all of it in this different kind that he suggested, that he said is just equally as fine on concrete outdoors. And I think that should hopefully work. So let's go do some swatching and then spend hundreds of dollars ordering paint. It's like nerve-wracking, but also fun. I don't know how to describe that. Anyhow, let's go. Okay, here we are at the wall. And I don't know, these parts don't honestly look too terrible to me. But we could definitely clean them up. It's more so here in the middle. Okay, and now even up close, God, it's so noisy here. I can tell that's a purple, not a blue, whereas the app was telling me that. So this is all good stuff to know. But yeah, let's hold up some swatches. Okay, so here's a great example of why you need to come in person. The swatch told me Utah Sky for this in-between blue, and that is not remotely close. It's more this color here. So, yep. I think part of the problem is looking at this, I mean, then that makes sense that it was telling me that because it had that deep blue in the corners. But what it actually looks like now is pretty faded, so I'm not even sure it would make sense to do that dark again. I feel like this would be better. It would offer more contrast, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. And okay, that seems like a pretty damn good match, so we're gonna go with that. This might actually be black, but to me it looks like it has a bit of green in it, so I think it would look nicer just bringing that green element into it. Okay, and now for this green, it said this was the match, which looks pretty good to me. I was considering maybe this one, bringing a bit more pop, but I think seeing it on site, this one's the one. So great, that's good. Okay, so I have the stripes figured out. The blue had to change, but the greens are both good. But it's noisy out here and it's going to continue to rain, so I'm just quickly gonna do these swatches and then go home and do my paint orders, but I will see you back here Thursday. Here's my lovely dungeon of a garage. And I need to get my scaffolding into the car. Chris is on his way right now to help. But in the meanwhile, I need to sort of reorganize things here so everything can fit. So I'm bringing the dolly, the rags. I'm gonna keep the table. This was all stuff I kept from my last project in here. So I think I have to actually take the paints out. Oh my gosh, look at my hands already. Just been carrying stuff for like a second. But yeah, I think all of it needs to come out and that needs to go in first. Then I can kind of pack all this around it. Wish me luck. All right, so I ended up loading everything in myself. It actually wasn't too bad. I just stacked the scaffolding here and put all the paint on that side. And then I have a few of my brushes and stuff in the front, although there's room back here, it could fit. So that wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. But I'm going to have a coffee and then get into it. All right, here we are on site. I don't know what this wire is. There's a few wires, it looks like. Chris is here, helping out as always. He picked up bagels, so that's good. But it looks like the guys from the township haven't arrived yet. We're a bit early. But they're gonna bring us some cones and a lockbox to keep my paints in and stuff, so I don't have to trek everything back and forth. But we are going to get unpacked and settled, and then we'll jump into painting. We got roommates here.
Sweetie, his friend.
Tweety and his friend. Yeah. Well, yeah. Good times. Okay. It is kind of a flex when you have a crew dropping stuff off for you. Yes, bagel.
Bagels.
Thank you. Okay, so this is a lockbox I just dropped off with no key. So I'll have to figure that out. We got a garbage bin, we got the barricades, and they're getting another ladder for us, but we are going to get the scaffolding set up. Making friends. He's painting, but he's got a pigeon chilling right above him. Pigeon.
You know, he's from the Bronx.
He's from the Bronx.
I got a Dominican pigeon, bro. Get your money up, bro.
Rain has started.
Rain! Go away!
Okay. Well, hopefully this dries quick enough. All right, we are finishing for the day. It's really raining now. I see a raindrop just hit the lens of this. What? Key? Here. But you can see the work that we just did. Drip, drip, drip. This is what it looks like, guys. So we're gonna have to call it before things become a bigger mess. So we'll see you back here tomorrow. Peace. Good morning, friends. I am out here walking Zelda before I head over to the mural. The next few days are looking like good weather, so I think we should be good to power through. I'm hoping not too much dripped yesterday, but if it did, it's fixable because we have all the other layers to do and we're working from the back forward, so it should be fine. But yeah, just gonna finish walking her, get myself kind of ready and head over there. So see you there. We're back at the mural. Did not realize how much dirt was in here. We're gonna unload. Chris is here as always. Everything's looking pretty okay. It looks like there was some water damage to what we had done last. So that's a shame. That's kind of wasted paint, but that was my fault for pushing forward even though I knew the rain was coming. But we'll touch that up and get into the other stripes. Kind of my goal today is to finish all the stripes. That would be ideal because then I can go into the weekend to do the type. Anywho, that's that for now. Currently swatching colors here because I picked a green and the green ain't right. Chris is now gonna do the pink because if I have to go to the paint store anyway. Oh yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot lighter.
Jesus, bro.
All right. I think it's enough to tell.
Recording, you made me nervous.
Sorry. It'll all come out in the edit, I promise.
Fix it in post.
Proceeds to leave this in.
You gotta see, where's the CGI budget on the phone?
So yeah, my CGI budget.
Yeah, it's like,
That ain't right.
a little late.
Yeah. It looked right earlier. But I also came here on a rainy day. So it looks like the pink, then this green. This is too neon. So it looks like I'll be taking a trip back to the paint store. But I'm glad I just got the quartz so I don't have to worry about it. I think what happened is this light green I can use down here for the gradient. Like I did a swatch over here for it. Once again, looks different in the sun. Like, that's not so bad to me, but yeah, it's still not quite the right green. All right, back to the paint store. I just ran home to get some fold-out chairs, and now I'm gonna go to the paint store since those paints weren't quite right. Back, and we're gonna swatch the pink and this green. Let's see.
You gotta give it that bartender shape.
Yep.
What's it gonna be?
Manhattan. Martini. Oh shit, I took the key again. Where is it?
Fiona. Never give Fiona your keys.
I take them every time here. because I'm like, is this gonna be like too pink now? I don't know. It might be all right.
That's a lot
That's
better.
actually a lot better.
So much better.
Yeah. Okay, we can already tell.
Oh, it's already swatched.
It's all they swatched it this
My
place.
bad.
You just wanted to do that. Go ahead.
We can cut that out. We'll cut that out.
The green I'm suspicious of. But there's so many different greens on this wall. I don't know.
Ready?
Ta-da. Woo. Actually,
Not mad at it.
not bad. I think that's better.
That's poppy.
Yeah. That's good. Okay. Yay.
Green is good.
Green is good. Okay, we're back in business. Okay, this is where we are at. So the background stripes are all done, except for the green here. You can see here where I left it off, right there. But yeah, that's pretty much where it is at. So tomorrow Chris is gonna help do the type because even on the ladder, I can't quite reach it. And he's back at his regular job on Sunday, so I will employ his help for that. And then once I finish the green, I'll work on this type. And then whenever that's done, I will do the heart. But that is pretty much it. I think once the type is done, oh my gosh, look at all this paint. Once the type is done, it's really gonna pop. But we were trying to work back to front. That's why we did all the stripes first. And yeah, it's looking pretty good. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Hi friends, we're back at the wall. We're finishing up these green stripes and then we're gonna get in to the type. And yeah, that's pretty much it. No! What? Ah! No! No! The part we just were doing! What? It's all gonna come off now. The forecast said no rain. I thought I could finish that. This is a bummer. Unexpected. Look, another use for the scaffold. Huh? I have brought hair ties. Do you want an actual hair tie? right, 2 letters are done. You can really see the difference. It's looking good. I'm gonna be tackling this tomorrow, the lower level, but while I have Chris, we're both tag teaming this part, and then see how my gradients have dried. So yeah, as I suspected, this side I'm feel pretty good about. This one I did start to run out of the green, the darker green paint, so I might just have to do some blending with the lighter green tomorrow. But yeah, and then I'll also fill in to here. So what I was thinking what I might do is just finish the lettering first and then finish this maybe on Monday. But we'll see what I feel like tomorrow. I keep changing my mind. It's looking good though. Okay, so we're done for another day. We officially got this lettering done. It's still drying a little bit there, but I think it looks pretty good. I mean, comparative, like look, right? I think it's a lot better. And then I'm going to finish this lettering tomorrow, and then probably Monday I'll finish the heart and the gradient, and then it'll just be cleanup and last things, which we'll see, since I'll be here by myself, if I have time to do Monday, or it's gonna rain Tuesday, so I might have to come back Wednesday just to finish it up. But regardless, I will be back tomorrow. See you then. Also, just to show y'all, this is the box that the Parks and Rec team brought, so I can store all the paints and all my stuff here, and I don't have to bring it back and forth. Pretty handy. So this is unexpected this morning. It must be from there, it looks like. How did it get over here though? Maybe it was in the road and someone just dragged it over here?
Is the wind that bad?
It was really bad up here. That's why I'm like, not what I was expecting. And then there looks like there's a bit of like water damage, but so Jeremy's here to visit, and he's gonna just try and move this tree. Oh my goodness. Like, where are you dragging it? Just over to, maybe over to the road here?
Yeah.
My God. Yeah. Like now whoever took that branch and threw it there, now I have to touch up all of this. That's really annoying. Because I can see where it broke off up here. And I think it fell into the road here. You can see the branches. And then someone just dragged it over here. Like, see? You can see where they dragged it and just threw it in front of the mural. And now there's all this damage on it. Ugh, that's so annoying. Okay, here is the final heart. And I'm very happy with this. And I feel like it's almost like it's glowing because it's getting dark out. This is the storms that are brewing here. So I've wrapped everything up, put away all the scaffolding. But yeah, I'm very, very happy with how this has come out. So tomorrow will be storms all day, so I won't be here. But I will come back Wednesday, do any touch-ups, stuff like this, where the tree branch, like that blue smudge, things like that. I also noticed that I totally forgot to do this part in the R. Just forgot to do it. It's meant to be like that. Just forgot to do it. But anyway, we'll do that. Any other places I may have forgotten, get more of this purple so I can finish these last few letters here, and more yellow to finish that one as well. But I think it's looking pretty darn good. Also, a lot of people walking by are just happy to see this getting revitalized, which is good. And I'm happy that it's bringing joy to the town and that people are happy about it, because sometimes you work in public art and not everybody's happy about it, but everybody in general seems very happy about this. So anywho, I will be back Wednesday. See you then. Good morning, friends. It's Wednesday. I'm back at the wall. Tuesday was a rainy, rainy day. You can see there's still remnants. The wall is extremely wet, so I'm not sure I can work on this part at the moment to do touch-ups. We're gonna give it a shot, maybe just dry off the sections that need it. The good news is that all the paint has stayed. Let me turn around and show you. You can see how much rain has happened and the color has not ran at all. Everything is very good. But like, okay, so for instance, here's a bit that I need to touch up, but see how wet the wall is? It's just like, I don't know. And I might have to come back later or something. I'm gonna try and use some rags to dry those sections, but the most recent part I did was the heart, and you can see it didn't run at all. It dried in very nicely, even with all the rain we got yesterday. So that is good news. And man, it is like, it like really pops and glows. I'm so happy that I went with that brighter, lighter color here, because it just really brings it forward as opposed to the gray that was there previously. I'm just giving myself a pat on the back video wise here. But anywho, we're gonna go in, we're gonna do all these little touch-ups where we can, and yeah, then if there's any paint that I need to do any of these additional touch-ups, like if anything's ran out, I will pick that up when I go to the paint store to get the stuff for the letters. So let's jump into this. Here's what I have left of this. I'm hoping it's gonna be enough. It's like just taking little bits and just covering up things like that. Should be all right. This is peak laziness here. I don't want to have to get the ladder out, so I'm just doing touch-ups with the roller. And you can see I already messed that up, but it's okay. Anywho, going to finish doing this and then get to the paint store. Oh man. So I just touched up that white, ends out. This is still dripping like crazy. So now it's dripped down this whole thing. I think I'm gonna have to stop. I can't work on this. I'm gonna have to come back later when the wall is dry. All right, y'all. I'm gonna leave and get the paints to do this. So at least I can finish that. There's no paint dripping here. It should be fine. I'm just gonna have to wait and see if that dries up today, or I have to come back tomorrow. Ugh. got here? Vine green. What's this one? Mystic grape. So we're gonna start with mystical grape. And that's it. Just finished the last letter. So now I'm just gonna go do a final round and see if anything else needs touching up. But I think I'm done.